What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a Steam Next Fest demo that I didn't quite get to during the course of the last week, but the good news is the developers left the game up for everybody to take a look at. This is a title right here that's called Carbon, and actually I played through like the first 10 or 15 minutes, and I was really happy with the way that this game feels. It's kind of like The Ascent, if The Ascent was a lot more like Diablo than a twin-stick shooter. So if you never played The Ascent before, it was also a Diablo-style cyberpunk game that took place in a big sprawling city. I liked it very much. Other people were a lot more lukewarm about it, but it tended to be a lot more twin-stick than it was a Diablo game. This time around, we're going to be checking out Carbon for about 30 minutes, seeing if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games that's just not for you. If after watching this, you wanted to get Carbon for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. You can check that out there. On top of that, you can also find a bunch of other Nerd Castle links just in case you wanted to slide through the Discord or anything else that's listed down there. I'll be honest with you. There's loads and loads of links down there, everything from Steam Curator to whatever else. But let's buckle up for about 30 minutes and see if we have a good time with the game. Sorry I gave you a cold open on this one. There was no menu for this game. It just drops you straight on into the demo, so I'm guessing that this game is pretty early on in its life cycle. I'm guessing it's very, very early on when it comes to the overall development of the game, but from what I've played so far, it feels very, very tight. I didn't get to pick a class or anything at the beginning of the game. We're just kind of in here, so let's truck around a Neuroforge clinic. What does that do?
Now find the terminal by the blast doors and hack it to gain access to the cargo dock.
It looks like it gave me an attack speed buff that makes me just gun things down ridiculously well, in alignment with the whole cyberpunk vibe that they're trying to go along with. From what I understand of the context of this game, we are a worker inside of a mining facility that's just kind of gone like rogue. I don't know too much about the story other than that, but we do have a level up to play around with, so let's see what the level up's got going for us. Okay, so they ripped the talent tree pretty much. It looks exactly like the one from Cyberpunk 2077. I think that there's definitely worse games you could have gone after, though, if you were trying to get a talent tree all set up. Everything from the color coding and whatnot kind of reminds me of it. We have one unspent point, so we can get precision rating, we can get armor, it looks like we can get evasion, it looks like we can get increased damage with our spenders, and then we can get increased damage with our generators. I don't know that I have any spenders right now, as it sits directly inside of this moment. So I'll probably just go with some extra life, I suppose. I'll give myself a little bit more HP, and hopefully that keeps us nice and safe while we're ducking bullets and hacking consoles and gunning guys down. Oh, I like how that little drone kind of flew inside of the play view area.
To the doors.
Okay.
This cargo bay is heavily guarded and the doors beyond are locked. Disable that prototype golem and extract its key codes. I recommend maximum violence.
Well, that's good, because I came here with the intent of doing maximum violence. You know, I don't have a gun that's the size of my forearm to sit here and not use the glick, you know what I mean? Let's just lay them out. A smart shotgun. Okay. What's a smart shotgun do? Yeah, equip the smart shotgun. Let's give that a run. Oh no, I need a skill. Metal volley, there we go. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Just absolutely delete them. Now we're playing the game. When am I gonna get abilities and stuff? I don't have any abilities or anything. I've got like a dodge roll that I can play. Oh my god, we getting melted. We getting melted. I need a health stim. Fall back, fall back, fall back. All right, let's take out who we can. We've got reactive shield. I definitely don't want him anywhere near me. That guy right there hurts. And so I think he point blanks you with a whole bunch of SMG shots. But really what stands out to me right now, one of the reasons why I decided to cover the demo, is that the sound effects and the feel of the game seem to be very good. We're kind of in a time period right now where a lot of games have like wonky things lost along the margins, and this feels pretty good to play at the moment. They've done a really good job with the sound effects that they've selected for the firearms, with the way that the impacts feel with the guns, the recoil. Everything feels very, very chunky. Honestly, I'm surprised that this game isn't on more people's radars, and I include myself in that question because like I had never heard of this game until I was kind of digging through the remnants of the Steam Next Festival trying to do something for the week right now. We've been going through like an uncommonly dead period in indie gaming at the moment, at least for me personally. There's not a lot of stuff coming out that's really like jiggling my fancy at the moment. Lots of card games, lots of cozy games, all things that I'm not interested in the slightest, but definitely not a lot of things around that are things that I'm into, like immersive dungeon crawlers, CRPGs, RPGs, action RPGs, so I was really happy to find something inside my wheelhouse that I enjoy that also seems to be made to a decently high quality. So what does that ability we got do? Creates a temporary shield around you which absorbs projectiles. It will expire after some time. Upon expiry, the shield explodes, dealing heat damage. Okay, I think there's like a Diablo 4 ability that's kind of like that. Let's give it a run right there, and we'll kind of see where the damage comes from. So does it actually soak the damage? Let's see when it expires what happens here and if the damage is worthwhile. Oh yeah, dude, that was absolutely rad. I enjoyed every single moment of that. Can I blow up those crates back there? Yeah, stalwart composite armor. Definitely take that. Give me another health stim, too. I'm gonna put up my shield real fast. And when this thing expires, hopefully we can knock these guys out. Perfect. Yeah. Ooh, it's got range on it, too. So that knocked out guys that were down the catwalk, ooh, on the catwalk. You love to see it. We've got another couple level ups to play around with, so let's do that now versus later. I don't know how crazy I want to get with all of this stuff. We've only got auto attacks right now, so let's go ahead and make it so that our damage generators have gone up a little bit. All I have is my right click at the moment, so, you know, that's kind of the way that it goes. It was weird that left click. Huh. So as an action RPG fan, I noticed something here. I can't have left click. Is left click going to make me attack? Let me try. Yeah, it doesn't. It's just for movement. I would actually like to have, so it looks like I can still shoot my gun if I hold down the shift key, so that's good. Oh, I'm full up? All right, let's take a look at some of this gear that we've got over here then. So I've got 27 shield right there. Let's go for a little bit of armor. Throw that on. The character graphic does indeed change. We have a railgun on this side that we could technically give a go to. Let's try out the railgun for a minute and see how that feels. We've got neural optics, which give us agility and mind. I don't know what the stats do, but I should probably investigate that factor before we go much further. I also have a grenade that dropped, so with the W key I can throw a grenade. What does 2 do? Puncture. Fire a projectile, which pierces enemies and deals kinetic damage. Excited about that, but I would like to have my left click assigned to attack as well, so I want it to be attack and move. That's usually how I have it set up in most games like this. Where you going, bud? Where you running off to? Oh, I changed weapons. That's why my attack's not working. Okay, give me... There we go. I guess puncture is the default shot for this gun. This gun also feels pretty good, but I think I'm leaning really strongly towards the auto shotgun right here. I just can't turn down an AA-12, man. It's my favorite gun of all time. Of all the guns in all the video games and all the guns in real life and all the guns that have ever existed, the AA-12 is ridiculously awesome. I've always wanted to shoot one. I've always wanted to hold one. Very excited about it. My buddy got a Kel-Tec recently, a Kel-Tec bullpup shotgun that I'm really jealous of as well. I would love to have one of those too. Let's just kind of like chuck all this stuff because actually, can I disassemble or anything else like that? I can't disassemble. We've got a fusion blaster, an RC gun. That's a trace blaster. What does this gun do right here? Give me... All right, so we shoot him with that, and then what is this little ability? A tech spender. Drains all available energy to launch a swarm of flying combat drones. The quantity of drones produced depends on the energy available with a cumulative discount for each additional drone. Okay, yeah, I'll give that a try. Give me some drones. Oh, they lasered that dude's face off. Hell yeah. Okay, combat drones, that's my build, that's it. That's what I'm doing the entire game from now on. I'm cruising, and I'm summoning drones. Do they stack? Oh, no, they don't. They despawn when you get a new pack of drones. All right. Is that fusion blaster better than what I have? Our current one gives us a bonus to the damage that our drones are doing, and I think that's actually, like, optimal considering it gave us the actual ability. It looks like our attacks and whatnot are coming straight from the weapons that we're putting out. All right, that's fine. Let me take another potion real quick, and then we'll get these guys all nice and churned up. Give me a few more drones. I don't have a lot of energy right now, and this guy is hitting me really, really hard. Put my shield up real fast. Luckily, I got a timely level up. We've got dash. Okay. Can I replace dash? Yeah, put that over there because I don't need to have like 2 different mobility abilities. I don't think that that's going to be helpful at the end of all this. Tag him up, get my drones cruising. Oh, this guy right here, he must be the boss that we were after. Okay, let me run away for a second. Oh no! He shot the barrels behind me and I got blowed the hell up. Yeah, I'm just gonna revive from right here. That's a very demo-y thing for the game to have, but I do need to generate some more resources real quick. Give me my shield, spawn a bunch of drones, throw a grenade at him. There we go. This guy is tougher than hell. He's strong and armored. It's not gonna matter when that shield busts on him. There we go.
Ahead, but you're going to have to fight your way through to them.
Okay. I will do my best. We've got metal volley. Place it in a skill slot to specialize in metal volley, explosive rounds, and cleave. I do like the sound of explosive rounds. Let me take that. Are there any more enemies coming, or are we completely and totally safe right now? Because there's a ton of loot that I need to sift through before we can go any further. So it looks like with the thing that we got, we can dedicate and put this over here, it looks like, and then we get explosive rounds level 1. Which I'm pretty stoked about. Oh, it gives us a completely different skill tree. Interesting. Very cool. They've got a lot of this stuff kind of eliminated for the demo, but that's rad. Okay, I'll take that. And where can I put explosive round? So it looks like it's just another passive tree that we get access to. I was over here thinking that we were going to get like explosive round active abilities. I was thinking how cool it would be to have like an AR and just or like an SMG, something with a really, really high RPM rate, and it would make all of my bullets explode, but I don't think that's how it works. Okay, let's get after all this loot now that I've cleaned everything out. It looks like we got a really nice pair of leggings. They don't really give us evasion or anything, but they're giving us HP regeneration, which I think is pretty awesome. They're also quite a bit more heavy duty than the last ones that we were wearing right there. They bolster up our life as well. I did pick up, I think I got a better cell replicator, but I've got to be level 15 in order to use that. We've got 8 armor and 23 evasion on that helmet right there, and I kind of like the super badass Space Marine Commando look, so I'm going to go with aesthetics on this one. I don't think we need that. And we're definitely not going to need a melee weapon. In a world where everybody has a gun and is blasting us aggressively, I am not interested in nerfing myself by having, like, you know, not a gun. Something I've got to run up and hit you with? I don't like that idea. Attack speed is increased one more time, so we got ourselves upgraded for a little bit. Where am I trying to go right now? Probably up and to the right, I would guess. There we go, let them have it. That in combination with the 20% attack speed we just got from the explosive shot tree, we're shooting pretty fast now. I like the full auto life. I'm very, very dedicated to the full auto life, especially since this means we're building up energy crazy fast while fighting enemies so that we have more room for spenders. Oh, really? Those are consumables. I thought the grenade was just an ability you slopped in just because, you know, the health potion, it's been letting me use it like an infinite amount of times. Give me my drones, fall back. That's what's up. We've got reactor ports right here. I'll take some reactor ports. We've also got power. Ow. Oh, that wasn't an ow. That was me inflicting an ow on everybody else. Frankly, I'm pretty impressed with the graphical representation, with the lighting effects, with the way the game moves and feels. This could be a contender, in all honesty. Like, I've played a lot of action RPGs, and a lot of them have, like, a weird wonky feeling to them, and the developers feel like they've got this dialed in pretty well, especially since action RPGs seem to be almost firmly rooted into, like, the medieval fantasy sort of grimdark genre. I would love to see that expand on out and have a lot more games that are like military focused, cyberpunk focused, all those kinds of. I guess you've got Grim Dawn, which is sort of steampunk-ish in its stylings, I suppose, but it's still a very fantasy game once you get further and further in. Ow, don't do that. Oh, man, dug through the ground like a StarCraft mob to get damage off on me. We've got a breacher right there. Oh, explosive rounds is an ability, so we need to go with shotguns then. I was kind of like leaning into drones. Oh, God, what the hell is that thing? Oh, it's a nano tracker. It's just like an offhand that makes me better with drones. Okay. Well, let's put you in right there. And then I've got explosive rounds on my 2 key. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Okay, now we're playing the game. Does that not have a cost? Fire a projectile that deals heat damage. They explode on hit. I thought for sure that would be a spender, but apparently it's a builder, so I can just throw that over there. I do feel a little bit lost now that I don't have a spender, so we're going to have to figure that situation out. But let's go back to the passive tree real quick, and since we're already specializing in this, we might as well do something with it. What does that do? Increase initial damage by 30%? That sounds nice to me. Let's get more damage. I like damage. So it looks like your character and it looks like your perk actually level up independent of one another as well. Okay, let's keep boosting up our builders. I'm not a massive fan of builder-spender gameplay inside action RPGs. I definitely prefer the old-school mana pool feeling, where you've got to have, like, mana potions and, like, resto potions and things of... Oh, my God. Okay, that was super satisfying to shoot somebody with. Holy bejesus, that was satisfying. Okay. I like this ability. Forget using shotguns. We've just converted our shotgun into a ridiculous grenade launcher that's just disintegrating people. That's it. There's not even anything left after we shoot them. And we've got reactor ports right there. We've got a trace blaster right there with drone tag. Okay, I'll leave it on the ground. I think I'm going to dedicate wholeheartedly to the blaster thing we've got going on right now. We got to activate the console over here. There we go. Let's get that going. Even little things like the doors actuating look very, very nice. Put my shield up just in case. I do think that Cyberpunk is like a really vibrant setting, too, for an action RPG. Because Cyberpunk is, like, rife with all kinds of things that are ridiculously, like, off the wall. You know, like, you can hack somebody's cyberware on their eyeball and make their eyeballs explode out of their head. You can cause their CPU to overheat on their cyberware and catch fire. Like, there's all kinds of fun abilities that are not limited to, like, a... So, medieval fantasy, we've gotten used to, like, fireballs, lightning blasts, you know, curses, things of that nature. I think there's a lot of fun things you could play around with as ideas for an action RPG set in a cyberpunk universe by just going through the Shadowrun game manuals for all the cool stuff that you can do with decking and all the cool stuff that you can do with magic, and then you go through a cyberpunk manual, you know what I mean, a player guide for cyberpunk, and you fold in the cool stuff that you see there and convert that into abilities. There's a lot of fun opportunities here, especially for, like, pet gameplay, like, sort of orbiting the idea of a cyber necromancer. You know, if you've ever played Diablo, you'll know what necromancer gameplay feels like. It's all pet-based. You're spamming out huge hordes of mobs that are, like, lagging out the screen. You could do the exact same thing with drones and make them customizable. All kinds of fun things to play around with there. Energized armor. Put my shield back up. There we go. A Viking ballistic helmet. I don't think I need that right now. Dude, these scientists are really, really militant. These scientists are trying to get in here. I do think the enemy animations could be a little bit more exaggerated for effect. Little things like them reloading and whatnot, the animations seem to be a little bit slow and stiff. I do think that having enemies that run off to the side to reload their gun, and then they drop their mag on the ground and they're like, oh shit, and they have sort of that human element of screwing up in the heat of the moment to them, or like other little quirks in their animations does make the game feel a lot more alive. Let's take these dudes. I love the little particulate matters and everything that are flying all over the place as I'm moving through here. I will never not be a fan of action RPGs. Such a great genre that I've wasted so much of my life on. If these guys wasted on out right there. I'm guessing that's my XP meter. No, my XP meter's at the bottom of the screen. Well, then maybe that's my shield meter right there. Kind of hard to say. We've got another skill point over here, though, for explosive shot. We can increase our explosive damage by 25%. Since these guys seem to have a stiffer chin on them, feels like a decent idea. And we've got one extra point over here to give us bonus mind. Okay. I guess we've got to pick whether or not we're going to be specializing in armor, evasion, or shields. I don't really know. We've got two-handed weapons damage up at the top, and I notice we've been missing a lot, so I'm going to have kind of a bad level right now where I just increase my hit rating and making it so I'm more accurate when shooting at enemies, because there's nothing worse than having things get resisted or having things get dodged whenever I'm firing them on out. Luckily, it looks like that plus 40 is helping us right now. Fight my way out of here. A simple goal. I just noticed I had an objectives log on the right. I was so enamored with the gunplay and the murder and violence that we're doing that I hadn't taken a chance to look around yet and kind of see what we've got going on. What does this do right here? What is this doing for me? A thin field of protective energy around you for a duration which will absorb all damage from hits. Oh, it's a paladin bubble. Okay, yeah, that could be super good for getting me out of trouble. I'll go ahead and take it. Yeah, you like them explosive shots, huh? Nope, shields up. I am blessed with a ridiculous amount of shields right now, so I should be able to weather any storm What's inside the crate? Art Katana, Tactical Synth Blaster, Drone Tag, Auto Destruct Command, and Combat Drones. So it looks like you can actually use your combat drones to trigger sort of a chain of corpse explosions, I guess, except not corpses this time around. It's robots sacrificing themselves for the greater good. But hey, they're expensive, all right? We spend a lot of money at Radio Shack. Radio Shack's not a thing anymore. We spend a lot of money on Temu. There we go. And then we'll murder these guys right here. Like, I was trying to think of a place where you get a lot of, like, random electronic PCBs and, like, little transistors and little capacitors and things. Like, where do you even order those from nowadays? Do they just come in, like, 8 trillion packs on Amazon? They must. That's got to be one of those things that's just being, like, produced in loads by Taiwan or somebody. These guys wiped out. I would like to have a few more active abilities that aren't purely like defensive. A Viking ballistic helmet. I need to kind of get like, the hell is that thing? Okay. So we're not just dealing with human enemies here. There's some kind of like gene research going on where they're converting people into big nasty mobs. Got you. You definitely need reinforcements. Reinforcements would be a great idea. I will take the 37 armor off that helmet right there. We've got a stalwart heavy arm that also gives us more armor rating, so I'd be inclined to throw that on. I've also got this one right here, but it increases melee damage, which to me is not that helpful. Don't want hacking damage either. I'm not really running any hacks. Power shoulder actuators, 15 strength and 5 mind. I'm guessing we're more into agility since we're fighting with two-handed weapons. Yeah, it looks like we're more of an agility guy. So I'll keep my agility loadout for right now. We did hit level 15, which means I can upgrade to the large cell replicator too. Can I have 2 of those running on separate cooldowns? Ooh, I can. Beautiful. When do I unlock another slot for, like, grenades and things? I'm really enjoying what they're showing off right here. This is far more cogent than I originally expected. With action RPG demos, you never know, man, but this is a really, really good-feeling game. Like, you can tell for sure that they've spent a lot of time making sure the core gameplay feels really satisfying. And it does. Like, that's the thing, is that they pulled it off. I don't know if they're going to get through this shield. But by the time we murder everything over here, pretty solid chance they'll be through it. There we go. Get a little bit of damage off on him. We'll perma-shield up. Neuroforge Clinic. My resource costs have been reduced. I haven't really been using anything like that. This one looks like it has spenders on it. Let me kill these guys right here, and then we'll take a look at this new shotty. A rail shot carbine. Okay. Well, let's go with this M870 tactical scattergun. Apparently, the 870 still exists in the far-flung future. You never give up on a classic, man. The old Remy. So we've got our explosive shots. We've also got a spender right now that does shrapnel shot. What does shrapnel shot do? Fires a projectile which will chain additional projectile fragments on hit. So I've actually got to, like, hit something with that thing. Okay. Yeah, because I'd like to... So I would love to see the ability to tailor my left click down here, too. It's kind of a standard for the genre. With my left click, then I could put my builder on my left click, and I could have my spender on my right click. Instead, I've got to have it on my 3 key, which is all kinds of weird. I don't like having that there, so definitely let the player do something. Ooh, that was fun. Definitely let the player do something with their left click instead of just leaving it default move. That's really one of the only main problems that I see right now, though, is just that you can't customize left click to make it do what you want it to do. Maybe I'll check the options and see if I can do something in there. Yeah, can't do anything in the options. They're fairly limited at the moment inside the demo. I'm going to guess that that's an oversight just due to the fact that the game is early on in development, but this is by far one of the best feeling action RPGs I've played outside of a AAA development house in a very, very long time. The developers are doing a great job with just the way the game feels. It feels addictive to play. Get them with those right there. There we go. A spinal exo hub. I don't really need the strength. I need something with agility on it. Hopefully the gear starts looking differently too, depending on what stat, because the game only has a 3-stat system.
One of the miners is still alive. He appears to want something.
All right.
Hey, dude, sir, you trying to get out this hellhole? You'll need my clearance to use the lift. But it's even worse up there. You're just one man. Look, okay, get me to the panel and I'll send you up. Then you're on your own.
You heard him. Your exit is up ahead.
All right. Let's get our skills slotted in real quick. We've still got more explosive damage we can do right there, and we can make our explosion radiuses bigger, which would be rad as hell. Let's go back to our passive tree, and on this side we've got attack speed. That's good. I like attack speed. Attack speed makes me happy. We've got precision rating and increased damage right there. So it looks like we can kind of specialize a little bit in melee over on that side. All right, so we got to put 2 points in right there. All right, I'm happy with what we've got going on. That door's not open just yet, but we've got to head off to some kind of landing pad, I suppose, right now. But yeah, this is very, very promising work. If this is early on in its development, I hope this game gets the funding that it requires in order to function, because they're doing a lot of things right. Like, they really sincerely are. There's a lot of things about this that just feel good to play around with. The soundscape is pretty immaculate. The way that the guns feel, they feel heavy, they feel weighty, they've got clack and they've got pump to them. You know, like impacts feel good when you're shooting enemies. All those little details really sincerely add up to make a great gaming experience, but this demo has impressed me, even though it's a very bare bones demo that's just kind of giving you like a proof of concept. This is great work. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were fooling around with a title called Carbon. A very, very simply named game that doesn't really jump out to the eye. That would be the other thing that I would recommend is developers, if you want to get this thing up and over the bump, right now your Steam page, you don't have like any capsule art, you don't have anything to draw that. I found your game completely and totally on accident. I was just clicking on things. Normally I go through and I click on things that look cool. This one right here, I was just meticulously going through every single game from the Steam Next Fest, trying to make sure that I didn't miss anything the other night for hours and hours, and I stumbled upon it. So you're going to want to have more eye-catching graphics and whatnot on your Steam page as well. But the second I saw the trailer, I could tell from the trailer that this was a heavy-feeling, weighty-looking game, and I wanted to play it. And so at least the trailer is doing you some service right there. But my name is Splattercat, and this is Carbon. I am highly impressed by this so far. There are little things and little omissions that I've noticed, but by and large, they've got the important stuff in the right place, and the game is feeling good. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in, and that's the best that I got for you, folks. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.
We're going to need clear space to land.